This is an insecurity myth that everyone has. I was a wedding photographer, so I had brides who wanted to go to the same venue, the same location with one white dress and one bouquet, and I was like, how am I gonna? I'm like, oh wait, your body can only do so much. Like, so what your goal is to, you know, do all those portrait poses that you've learned, but do the playful poses, and whatever they do is going to be the thing that differentiates them. You know, if you say, hey, I'm gonna have you, you know, stand right here, I'm gonna have you just walk slowly and look this way, you're gonna have some dudes that are like, and then you're gonna have some dudes who are like, stiff. And then you're gonna have some dudes who are like, okay, so like prompts, you know, the playful poses, the things that you're like, hey, I'm gonna have you do this activity, that's gonna be another thing that it's like, okay, these are clearly, you could be in the same location, same light, same photographer, they can wear the same outfit, and their poses look different, completely different pictures. Does that help? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So do you remember what settings you use at each location?
I mean,
Is that like, you said I do specific settings at locations, so do you?
No, I
know they alter.
I choose specific locations
Oh,
for my
your
style.
Gotcha.
So I'm not gonna go into a brown
darker
cabin.
Yeah.
You know, like when I, you know, was a new photographer, and I only booked brides who wanted to get married in god awful orange barns. I was like, I have to figure out how to make this my style.
Yeah.
And so instead of shooting in the barn, we would go find an open field. Instead of shooting, you know, the getting ready shots in the god awful bridal suite, we would go out like, and I would just say like, hey, you know what, like, this is really ugly. We're gonna make this really, really pretty. So we're gonna do this exact same thing over here. Was it selfish? Of course. But at the end of the day, like, I wanted to serve my brides and create a beautiful product and maintain my style and my brand, so that other brides would be like, oh my gosh, she got married at that god awful barn, and like, look how pretty this is.
Yeah.
And so like doing little things like that, bringing a bridal detail flat lay thing that's not on like wooden helped my style.
Yeah.
And I had my own little white little sheet that I got from Walmart, and I did my ribbons and I did all that, and it continued. Like I was so focused on making sure my brand was consistent, and because of that, I was able to grow this photography business really fast and start charging more and more and more with it every wedding.
I've got a question. It's consistency. I struggle with that big time, but there's different styles I like, but I feel like everybody in my area has taken those styles.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! No!
I know!
No, there are no other people in your area. There are none. It's just Haley. What does Haley want?
I don't know what
What's
I want.
beautiful to you?
What do you want?
What do you want? So listen, Haley, this is like, I know this is the business printing course, but I know you didn't do it, okay? What I want you to do this evening, this is your homework. I want you to look at different editing styles. You're gonna go on Instagram, you're gonna hashtag light and airy, you're gonna hashtag dark and moody, you're gonna hashtag bright and bold, you're gonna hashtag light and moody, you're gonna hashtag all the freaking editing styles, and you're gonna figure out which one feels like me. Which one is like the thing that like I'm so attracted to, this is so
But when
beautiful.
you're a 7, you want to be like all over.
How did you choose a husband?
Weigh my options.
Okay, this is literally no different. It's no different. You could marry anybody in the world, but you picked one. And then you were committed to this one.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Do you see other dark, like, oh, he's cute, but now I'm committed to my husband, right?
Yes.
I look at editing styles 5 years in, and I'm like, crap, I should have been dark and moody. How easy would that have been? Seriously, they don't have to worry about white balance. They don't have to worry about like making sure the location, like they just pop that I'm not trying to like listen, like
location. We don't have.
I'm in Kodon Watson. Ask her.
Yeah.
Ask her. It sucks.
Yeah.
But again, I found like 4 places like
Maybe that's
that's
another need you could fill
Four,
as well, right?
Yeah, I try
That
to
could
think
be your
of the
second
places we
step.
have.
Also,
Because
isn't your goal creating a studio?
Yes.
Okay, then you have nothing to worry about. You're gonna curate your own perfect space for your specific style, and that's gonna create a lot of consistency. You asked earlier, like, is it gonna be like the same? Like, don't you just need a variety? No, I literally had 4 options in Watson, Louisiana, because I had 3 babies at home. I couldn't drive to Baton Rouge. Plus, Baton Rouge sucks. I wasn't driving to New Orleans. That's where the devil lives. Like, you have to like put some work in and like curate. This is my brand. This is what I want, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I need to do to make it happen. I had 4 locations, and I just like rotated based upon like my bride, what she wanted. And then if she's like, I really want to go here, then I'm like, okay, it's gonna be $150 college, but okay.
As a newborn photographer, I have 2 locations. I have in my studio and I have the yard behind my studio. And that's all I know.
So that might be your
And I
homework.
get
If you-
inquiries daily.
I know, I'm
If
trying
you
to
don't
think,
know-
we don't have.
So you don't go to other people's houses, other than to do a
And
lifestyle
so-
shot?
The one place I keep going to has a really pretty bridge,
Mhm.
and so
That's totally fine. That's
Well,
totally
that
fine.
was gonna be one of my
Totally fine.
vacations.
Or like this historic,
You only find 2 really pretty areas in your town, wherever you live, and just go. Consistency over everything.
yes.
If you're consistent, your clients are gonna be like, oh, I really like this girl. Oh, like she does it in my town. I don't have to travel. I don't have to. That's your homework.
Consistency.
Editing style and figure out your locations and just stick with it.
Okay.
Okay? Is this helping anybody?
Yes.
They put stuff in the middle. Like that's where this is where I'm having trouble because I thrive from like different locations.
Because you're a
adventure.
7 and you want to go
Yeah.
and play. That's
and
You wanna
fine.
go play?
I like yes, I do, and that's how like I love it. You know, I thrive from it. But then it's like I can't be. You know, I like both. I like a little bit of dark moody and bright and airy. So I'm like trying to find a good spot in between, like and kind of like a bright and
Like a
clean,
bold.
but like bringing out all like the beauty in it. You know, because I go to the coast, but then people like they like to go to like gardens and with grass, and then sometimes I'll be in a nice open wheat field.
Then what you
sunflowers.
probably need, honestly, is classic.
That's where I.
Okay,
If
because
you-
kind of feel like that's where I'm.
If you
Yeah,
value
right? That's what.
everything in all of its beauty, the
Yeah.
beach, the
I
mountains,
love it
the
all.
woods,
Yeah.
then you need to be true to color, true to
Okay.
life, classic.
That's exactly me, because I
That's
have
me,
a
I'm
beach on one
trying to,
side
like,
True to
and
color.
my
Build
Yeah.
it
I
together.
thought it
You
would
don't-
be dark and moody, but.
Here's the thing with, this is why this, if you don't know what you want, true to color and classic. That will never go out of style. You know, like think about like filters in the 70s and all that. You're like, oh, that was shot in the 70s. Oh, this was shot in 1994. Oh, this is like you don't want to be that person. So my biggest advice is if like something isn't, if you don't feel in your soul that you're a dark and moody photographer and it just like lights your soul on fire and it's like, oh, everything about you, then be true to color and be real life. And there are presets that have that. If you need help, like a little start, like a little, does that help?
Yeah.
And that way you can go
As far as
anywhere you
from
want, you don't have to
yeah.
worry about backgrounds, you just play.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You're welcome, write that
Like
down.
know a 7 or
How do we,
something.
we're classic.
How do we unconfuse our clients? Because I really think I've confused my clients.
You just start today, being very intentional. Every single thing that you do from today on is extremely intentional. Your backgrounds, so we're talking about editing and posing and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Your backgrounds, what you tell your clients to wear. Do you think I tell my clients to wear red and black? No. I tell my clients to wear white and khaki and baby blue and blush. Why?
Because you're like your hair.
Because that's what's gonna make my style consistent. That's part of my brand, right? So you just start today. Today's like day one.
someone.
What?
No.
Are y'all taking ugly pictures of
We're
me?
taking ugly pictures. There's no ugly pictures.
I have more ugly pictures than good pictures of that.
This is my question for you then. Okay,
even
so I
counted
do
them,
morning
okay?
and evening,
Mhm.
but I don't do sunset because I don't like sunset.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's beautiful, but
it's
if
different.
I'm wanting to be light and airy, I'm thinking, do I?
Sun,
Yeah, that's,
Sun.
so I don't want the sunset. I'm thinking, I
yeah,
don't know, I
sun,
could be wrong.
yeah. No, you,
I mean,
no,
you
that's
can
accurate.
tell me,
No, that's
you can tell me
accurate.
like, no, you're messed up, but
No,
anyway.
that's accurate.
So how do and I'm struggling with this because I notice in the morning, they're exactly how I want my pictures to look. In the evening, I'm like, okay, those are a little dark.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, like 4 hours before sunset.
Okay, because I'm doing like 4:30, 5:30, and then I stop at like 5:30, maybe even 6. if
So
I'm-
figure out sunset and you wanna shoot 4 hours before then, and you're gonna have to be super intentional. This is the
Okay.
pretty light.
Yeah.
Don't
okay.
get scared. We're going out there and do it too. But listen, this is the pretty light. This is what's gonna have that like glow and airy feel.
Yeah.
But you have to do natural reflectors, and you have to make sure that the sun isn't in your lens. All the things we're gonna talk about in just a couple hours, like it's harder to shoot during that time.
Okay.
Promise you.
Yeah, I just noticed, like,
natural
can I show you
gas.
really quick? Is that okay? Is that weird?
No.
Okay, so like I
I'm sitting here
have,
like-
this is one of my favorite ones. Okay, it was.
Mhm.
I have that.
Glow.
My favorite shoot.
Okay,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
But then it's the same exact preset. Let me go back. Come on, Taylor. The exact same preset, but at 7 o'clock, which I know I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
way different. Granted, it's with water and it's reflected,
Yeah.
and that's way too dark, and
Where's
I don't
the
like
sun?
it. Right, it's gone. You know.
We like sun.
So I was just like.
So whenever people are like, it's overcast, it's good, right? No.
I like
not.
overcast.
It's not good.
Maybe
We
tell me more.
need some pop in our, okay.
Okay, sorry.
No, it's okay. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm.
No, this is good.
So what about like, so classic, you know, in between, what about like, I'm stuck on colors with branding though, like,
Okay.
you know
What does your closet look like? What does your house look like?
What are your
Like
favorite?
these walls,
Okay.
like I have
What's
that.
you're wearing like blush
Yeah,
right now? You like that color then?
but I wear black for weddings, obviously.
Obviously,
You know
so
what
do
I
I.
mean? So
Yeah,
but
I do too.
I have more lighter.
Look
dark.
at your nails.
Purple.
Look at your shirt.
Yeah.
Look at your hair.
So, yeah.
Look, what's your house colors? Grayish,
It's
whitish,
like gray beige.
Yeah,
Like in my
okay.
house. Yeah.
neutrals
Yeah.
with a pop of blush.
Okay.
Look at your nails. Look at your shirt. Like, come on. Like, what's
I didn't know if like.
No, no. You, like, when you create a personal brand, the colors and everything, my house is white.
Yeah.
All of it's white. White couches, white curtains, white flat, white comforters, like,
Wow.
everything is white. Why?
And 4 kids.
We have a lot of
Oh my
systems. Lots of systems.
Yeah.
Lots.
Yeah.
My closet, it's soft colors, it's neutrals, it's beiges. You will not see orange, purple, red.
Like I have some navy too.
I have navy too.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Yeah.
It's light.
I was
Those are your
thinking
brand
it was like your
colors.
favorite, like
Push,
I love,
yeah, I think it
I
goes
love
back to what you
different
said
shades of
earlier, like you're a
purples and
walking
pinks.
advertisement.
You're a
So
walking-
what do you like wearing? What colors like go with you?
Even my like
and it
workout
makes
clothes
it,
are like neutral. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And obviously, I wear
And that
black
color
when I
looks
work
really
out. I
good.
wear black with weddings, but like that's just classic. Because yeah, it's like
off the clock.
It goes with everything.
Off the clock.
I feel like I have to hide.
no, but I'm not gonna wear white leggings or beige leggings. Please God, no.
Nobody wear beige
No, I
leggings.
don't never good luck.
Never good luck.
No.
Never good luck.
I don't know why girls wear them.
You know, I don't know.
Every time I see it, I'm like,
We gon'
oh my gosh, and I can't stop staring.
They don't have a full-length mirror in their house.
we gonna pray
Or
for 'em.
anybody that loves them.
Pray for it.
And yeah, like
Thank you.
I can't get it out. So anyways, with brand colors, with branding yourself, with all of that, just think about like what's already in my life, like what do I already, and if it's not your current life, like what's your like Pinterest dream home look like? What's your like, dream wardrobe look like? And like that, pull the colors out of that and then throw it up on your website. And with your website colors, you don't have to choose a neutral and a color. That's it. Or if you don't know, if you're like, I don't have any colors, all neutrals.
I don't know why I was
Grays,
struggling with
beiges.
it, but I was just like.
I'm a gray girl.
Can I want to add one little thing. On Canva, I don't know, I just noticed this the other day. If you upload a couple pictures that you take to Canva, and you go to the brand board, it'll show you the color schemes that are in your pictures. And you'll start seeing a consistency of the same colors in the pictures that you're taking.
Now that you say that, like the color that she was telling me, that's what I'm drawn to when I
So
like
if
make
you
like.
upload a picture to Canva that you take, and then you go to that brand, it's the brand board, right? The branding board, then that picture, you can upload that picture, or the picture's already there. It'll break out the color schemes that are in that picture. It'll give you those colors in that picture. And I noticed out of the 3 pictures that were in mine, which I didn't even know were in there, I saw like consistent colors going in. Some were a little bit shade difference, but there was like this one consistent color that was in
And you're like,
every
oh,
one
I
of
should
them.
probably like pay attention to this.
Yeah, and so that was, I was like, okay, so that's what I'm drawn to, is obviously is this color scheme that I don't even realize, like I didn't realize that that was a thing.
And another thing is like whenever you are getting your website templates, if you fall in love with a template but they're using a different color, but like everything else is perfect, you can just add in your own
Yeah, you can
code,
change
your
out
own
those
color.
colors.
Yeah. Okay, you're welcome. I know this is like the little things that like you're like I get it, but I'm confused. So
This
these
is
are the
definitely
only
something I have a hard time with, because
Colors?
no, just with the editing, because doing products is a little different in that way. So yeah, and I still feel like I haven't quite, like you guys, I haven't quite nailed what, like in my mind I know what style I want, it's just like I never am quite there. So I don't know, I kind of struggle with that piece too, because I know it doesn't look consistent. But I don't know, with the products of it, just is a little harder than like just doing a portrait.
Well, branding photography is also a tiny bit different too, because you are basically creating for other brands, and it needs to fall in line with their brand. But like, here's the cool thing is that like if you figure out your consistent, whether it looks like a classic, like brands are going to be drawn to you because she's like, oh, Brittany has my style, so I'm going to go to her. You know, Brittany's super like clean and classic, and so I'm going to go to her. So it's different, but it's very much the same. And then you won't have to like worry about, can you make this color? You know, no, they'll just come to you because.
I wanted to kill someone who
Because you
did
did
like
that.
an exchange with, and then she's like, we did an exchange of product or like service. They were a picnic company, and then when I gave her the images, I wanted to strangle her. She's like, yeah, after I tweaked these a little bit for our feed, I'm like, why did you ask me? I'm like, that's like the worst thing you can do. I wanted to kill her. Oh my god.
There's the A.
Yeah, I was so pissed because like I know a lot of people like in the blogging world and like different people I've worked with doing like collaborative things, and like I was ready to get us like a balloon thing and like food, and they kept changing the date and screwing us over, and so I provided everything that made that look good, like our food and all that. And then like when she said that to me, I'm like, I'm done. I'm so done. I'm done.
Don't call me again.
Yeah,
Never coming
call me
in.
again.
You are dead to me. Yeah. It'll get better. No, it won't. We're gonna still have crappy people occasionally, but it's a struggle. Okay, so here's another thing that I have done that a lot of photographers do not with branding, and that is knowing my clients' struggles and then creating solutions for them. This is so much intertwined with branding and client experience and marketing, but really it's like part of my brand. And when you can, again, your brand is like who you are and who you serve. If you can truly understand the person you're serving and their struggles, you will never not book clients. Yes, is that right? Because at the end of the day, people don't need to understand, this is who I am, this is what I do. They want to know, but like, does she get me? Does she understand me? I don't need to understand you. I don't care. Hey, we can just like pick those up if it's here.
There's blood everywhere.
We don't need napkins. Whenever clients feel understood is when you will make the sale, get the booking. We're not here to get our clients to understand us. They don't really care about us. it's important that we show up who we are because we want to attract or repel, right? But at the end of the day, if we can understand and get inside the heads and the struggles of brides, of teenagers, of new moms, of photography, branding clients, and business owners, like if we can get inside of their heads and then create solutions for them and then write it in our copy, which is all that copy means is words. Writing in the wording of our Instagram post, writing in the wording of our Facebook post, writing in the wording of our website. That is what's going to separate you from everybody else who's like, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look how awesome I am. I went to college for 10 years and I don't like who the hell cares? At the end of the day, consumers are saying, what can you do for me? And do you get me? And can you help me? That's it. Like, write this down. Like, how can I help brides? Write that on your website. Like, I, organize their entire wedding day. I will fight for my brides if they say it nicer. But again, we're using who we are to create solutions for their struggles and for their problems. Does this make sense? So a very simple thing, and we had to do this at Entree Leadership. All you really have to do is write down your ideal client. So my ideal client was Katie. Katie's struggles. And then create solutions for them. What can I do to help Katie? Make it like a board or like a note, sticky note on the desktop of your laptop. And look at that all the time. Before you write an Instagram caption, before you tweak your website, look at Katie's problems. And then speak into them. Hey mama, I know you're tired and you just had a newborn baby and you totally forgot your newborn session. I got to book your newborn session. I got you. I have openings in the next 2 weeks at 11 o'clock so you don't have to rush out the door because I know you've been up all night. Do you hear how I'm already forming that connection with this new mom? Hey bride, I know that scheduling a wedding is super overwhelming. I got you. Hey bride, I know you're worried about the family drama around your wedding. I got you and I'm gonna take care of you. Hey, I know you are super overwhelmed and you need someone to, do you understand where I'm going here?
Can you guys read?
Know your client's struggles and then create solutions for them. Put it where it's visible to you on a sticky note on your desktop computer, which that's a little app. You can search the top left hand, you see the magnifying glass, put in sticky notes, and then your life will change. You will now have sticky notes that are popped into your desktop. Yes.
What did you just say?
All right, I'm going to show you.
It's a digital sticky note.
Stickies. Y'all are about to, Here is my last education live. That's secrets revealed. Here is coaching.
I was gonna say this, speaking of lives, will really help too if you have that client avatar and you're just talking to that one person. It does make you feel
I have my business card right here. Reels content buckets, my Wi-Fi password. Here's Honeybook affiliate link. Biggest struggles with starting my business content buckets. BB coaching things. This is, I think, a template for Thomas to hey girl, Zoom link, and all you do is file new note and boom.
my life.
Katie's struggles.
Yes.
Okay, all you gotta do is go to this right here and put stickies. And they will pop up. You can color code them like Coaching's Pink, the Wharf Welcome Guide information. I need to clean this up. I was going to do this before it got here, but too bad.
So you just went into the little search thing?
Yes, the little magnifying glass and just do stickies. It's a free little app that comes with your MacBook.
It's on,
It's
on
other ones
PC too, yeah.
Okay, number 7, you are from now on going to purchase clothing that reflects your visual brand. If you are like a photographer, you're not wearing red anymore. If you like,
me.
well, okay, well, because that's just who you are. And
so gross.
there you go.
Like,
When you go shopping from now on, you're going to choose colors that reflect who you are and your brand. And you're going to pick loungewear so you don't look like a hot mess when you go to Oak Point, which is the first store in town, sorry. If you show up to a session, you are going to wear your brand colors so that when you do that like behind the scenes time lapse that I've been trying to get everybody to do this whole time, it will look like your brand. Okay? And your clients won't be confused. It's going to make a lot of sense. You're going to show up looking like how they think of you online. All right? Figure out what you love and share it often. Your clients want to know you before they meet you. It goes back to that know, like, trust factor. Okay? Like, the fact that, like, do y'all know anything about me as far as what I drink in the morning or what I watch on TV? What do I drink in the morning or all day long?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Like the
What do I watch
invites
on TV?
from
Reality
TV.
Trashy TV. Okay? Like, sharing those things about who you really are and just like, you know, you really like girls' night, you love margaritas, you love date nights with your husbands. Like, did anybody know that about me? Like, you sharing those things often, who you are, it's gonna get people to be like, me too. I too like Bachelorette, which I haven't watched the last 2 months because I'm just kind of like mad that Chris is no longer there. It's fine. But like, oh my gosh, like I am also have an addiction to coffee. Like I also, like me too. Like anytime you can get people to be like, oh me too, you form a connection. And it gets people to like you, know you, and then like you. And if they don't like what, then they were never meant for you. Right? I don't need all of you to like coffee. Most of you don't. Right? I think that was a lie. Like, I don't drink coffee, and I'm like, who are these people?
I don't like Starbucks.
That was what it is. Starbucks. Okay. I should have said like what's your favorite coffee?
You can go home now.
And that's not going to be like we don't like the same things. We can't work together. But it's going to help weed out the people who it's like, I love reality TV. If somebody's so holy roly that they cannot hang out with me because I watch reality TV, then bye Felicia.
Yeah.
Right?
I will.
Figure out what you like and then share it with the world. You will find your people that way, and then you can have something to talk about at your sessions. I shared, it doesn't have to be like trash, but I shared and still share. If you go on my website, you're gonna see that I was obsessed with organization. Like, I have to have things in the places.
You come home with me.
And so, like, it literally, like, as those two, it gives me anxiety when
I
things
get
are
anxiety
scattered.
when it's
And
scattered.
like, anytime I need to zen, I organize. And I'm like, I'm gonna put this on my website. Like,
You got a whole house you
this
can
isn't like, I don't know, like, so I put it on my website, did an engagement session, and I was just like, just talking. I'm like, so, like, how did you, and he goes, it was this like country like police officer from Watson. He's like, girl, she saw on your website that like you were obsessed with organization, and she like went off because she's obsessed with organization, and like I'm pretty sure that's why she booked you. And she goes, well, I mean, yeah, and she's like, I liked her work too, and I'm like, well, I hope so, but hey, like my branding's working and it's fine. So then we talked about how to organize your pantry, and it was like the whole thing. Figure out your love, share them often. Here we go. We talked about this yesterday. Up-level your brand by implementing personal development, mind, body, spirit. You guys, I cannot tell you how life-changing it is to start your day with a morning walk. Like, start your day with like moving your body, even if it's just like stretching, doing some squats. Because when you decide that you're gonna move your body, like start spending time on personal development for your personal brand, you're gonna show up more confident. It's science. I can't explain it. It's got chemical stuff happening in your brain. Thank you. I just know it to be true. because I've experienced it, and anyone else in here, Katie's over there's experienced, anyone else realize that like when I work out, I'm happier because happy people release endorphins and they don't kill their husbands, right? Like,
And I need that.
and here's another thing, you're gonna see your skin starting to look better. You're gonna start seeing that your body's like, oh, like it's like changing.
Your attitude.
Your attitude is better, which means you're going to be that much more willing on sessions to be like, hey, let's do a bum ring real quick. Right? Like, this is the thing. These are the secrets of like how branding, how these little things can separate you from people who are insecure, not showing up, not taking care of themselves. Right? So figure out how you can take care of yourself, wash your face, brush your hair, get dressed, put some makeup on even if you have no one to see that day. At least you might take your phone and do this. Or set it up and do a time lapse of you doing whatever you're doing. I promise you. Just start doing it today. Start doing it tomorrow. Then when you go home, keep doing it. And your husband's going to be like, what happened at that retreat?
I met someone.
Like, her name's Brittany. No, like,
serious.
they're gonna be like highly impressed with me. No, they're gonna be highly impressed with like how you didn't just come home with like photography tips. Like you came home and decided to change what you're currently doing.
Self-care.
Yeah. Dating yourself, giving your, like, it's for your business. Can you think of it that way? I'm brushing my hair so I can make more money. I'm brushing my hair so I can get better clients. I'm, working out so I can be more confident to show up so that I can make more money. If you can change your mindset, whatever story you need to tell yourself, do that story, like, just do it. That's what I had to do for a long time, and then now I got addicted to it, and now I'm, like, getting my nails done every 3 weeks. It's a
Thank you,
game
Monica.
changer for sure. It's addicting. That was the first thing that Monica was just like, something interesting about me is I love self-care. And I was like, oh my God, tell me more. That's not like,
It's all about me.
Just if y'all want to know, this is the gold ring.
oh,
Just look
is that
at gold.
energy?
Yes.
There's 3.
What is that?
Let's just spice it up a little.
I'm just keeping
Making sure y'all are paying attention.
Keeping you on your toes. Okay, get professional headshots done.
What is it?
Y'all, look at my
Monica.
typo.
Keep
Now you're at 3.
This
Okay.
does not be
The shoes.
this shoes. This shows, thank you, Hannah. Hannah always lets me know when I misspell words, y'all. And I'm like, sorry, I was just gonna have to say that. This shows, that's proof that I'm not one, that you are a professional, and this is gonna create trust, right? So you're getting people to know you, you're getting people to like you. Now you need to get people to trust you that you're not a scam. Yeah, there's that you're not a scam, that you're not a fraud, that you're not a newbie, even though we are. We need people to trust us to give us money. People will not give you money if they do not trust you, which means you have to show up and show the part that you're a professional, which is what you're getting today. Questions about this?
The show, I mean, I get like show up kind of thing, but this may be left field. But I had a photo shoot and I got sick. So at the time I didn't know if it was COVID or not. And with that, the world being no, I let the lady know and she was appreciative. Her daughter, they had a little girl and she didn't want daughter near it and they feel like masks are needed. And so I didn't mind wearing a mask, but I also didn't know if I should even go through with the photo shoot because at the time I didn't know if it was COVID or not. It was all the same symptoms, everything. But a lady that had purchased the photo shoot for her, like they were teachers and it was a gift, a birthday gift to this teacher, for her family to have photos, kind of was like pushy on me, like, her daughter's down from another state and she really wants to get these pictures done. And when the lady was like, no, not if you're sick, like, but I just felt the pressure from one of the lady that had purchased it. I just don't know how to go about saying,
That's
if
when your
you get
agency
sick
out and
and
you say, I
Okay.
thank you for your opinion. that I've been.
This is, we're gonna talk about this,
How do you
what is
this?
it, next slide? No.
Do the
maybe.
rescheduling?
No, here's what you do. You
Just didn't know what to do.
get a team, a niche team. The same, like, someone who you need a substitute teacher. That's all this is. Like a substitute.
Okay.
That you do for each other.
Okay.
Just in case somebody flies in and you can't reschedule.
Yeah, and that's kind of, it
Then
was,
you say, hey, I'm so sorry, I have COVID. Even if you don't know.
yeah,
Like that nips it.
and that's what I said.
I have
believe it's
COVID. No, you don't believe it.
Oh.
I have COVID. Unfortunately, I cannot shoot your session today, but my associate, because we're professional, and that's what we call them, my associate can, and I will edit the photos and then deliver. And so the way that associates work is you basically give them a flat fee for shooting the session. You choose, it could be like depending on what it is, a flat fee, and then you take care of everything else. You do the editing, you do the post-processing, you do the gallery build, you do the client experience, you do the gift, you do everything else. Okay, so everyone in here needs to find an associate.
Okay,
I've
that's
done
good.
that with my husband when I get burnt out.
Yeah,
Like
you do.
he was something last night, or some like ones I just don't want to do, and I'm like I just can't. I can't today. Like I message them and let them know, and he does that, and I do all the editing and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's usually shoots that I know that will look good in his style too.
So what do you
Like,
do when you live in a small town with a bunch of catty people that don't want to be your associates?
Where do I live, Tori?
I know, but I'm just saying.
There's gonna be someone
They
in
talk.
BBE.
Yeah.
Somebody, you need to just put it out there. Who lives in my shitty town? Okay? Who lives here?
Like, isn't there like Facebook groups for like your town for like different?
But they're catty.
Somebody's gonna meet somebody.
You
I
guys-
start your
Competitive. It's like
Go-
they're trying to offer.
Go to BB, thank you. Go to BBE group and be like, hey, I just graduated from the summer 2021 retreat. I'm a retreat alum, so I'm kind of a celebrity. Who in here lives near or around Mississippi, Summit, Mississippi? You're gonna get somebody being like, oh, I live in Biloxi, I
Oh,
live
I'm
where.
gonna know who's gonna pop up.
Okay.
It's gonna be that same
No,
old
no, no,
person.
it doesn't matter, but you can, but like, no.
Filter
You
that
gotta-
out.
You gotta stop.
I know.
See, you don't have to say why.
Yeah.
Say, hey, I just graduated from this. I would love to connect. Who lives around this place?
Right.
And then you filter who you believe based upon their Instagram, based upon you stalk them.
Right.
This is a interview. You stalk them, and then you private message. Hey, Sarah Sue. I just graduated from the retreat, and I'm kind of a celebrity now. Just say that. And then meet, and then say like, hey, I'm looking for an associate, a substitute, just in case.
Something like
And I would love to do the same for you.
Right.
And she's been like, oh my God, like, yes, thank you. People are looking at y'all right now, by the way.
Do you?
Just like y'all watched the other retreat girls, people are watching you and they want to pick your brain and they want to get to know you. So like feel confident enough to do exactly what I just said. Find someone around your area in BBE who has the same mindset and mentality of like, hey, like we need to help each other out, like we grow together.
That's what I feel like is hard because some of the people seem so competitive where I live, and like the girl that does our pictures, she's like, oh, go have fun, but yet I feel like she still doesn't
Is she in BBE?
know.
Okay, well then do what I just said. Go to BBE and
Right.
say who's in here
Who's
and have an
close.
honest conversation. Private message them, hey girl, like I'm looking for a business bestie
Yeah.
that I can be an associate with. Just in case I get sick or you get sick, we can help each other out. Meet for coffee, get to know each other. It is the most freeing family. Y'all, I had 6 weddings when I got on bed rest with Bonnie at 20 weeks. I was so thankful. I had 3 girls. This was before BBE. I just made it a point to find a sub because I knew my life and the fact that I had kids and the fact that I have an autoimmune disease and I get sick. So this is like, write it down. This is your homework. Find someone in your area that has the same values as you, who wants to grow together to be each other's associate.
I mean, Tori's not that far.
Yeah,
I'm not that far from
your
Walker. I mean,
What?
it's
I
not.
helped my friend get in her
it's not
academy.
far.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like, girl, you gotta get in the academy, do it. She's like, okay, I'll do it.
Okay, I did it.
Yeah.
That should be a reel.
It's just.
Don't do it, girl. I'm not gonna do it.
Write that down. Write that down. Where'd you vote?
And then like,
Getting the
okay, yeah.
Hold
Or the
on,
retreat.
hold on sticky notes up.
No, we gotta finish this. I'm out of time. Okay. Last and not least, show your face in your life. Get creative. After all, this is a personal brand. Show your life, you guys. Like, I can't tell you how many times I did a slow-mo of me diving into 6 baskets of laundry on my couch. Like, show your life. Like, what are you doing this week? Y'all are missing out on huge opportunity to film every point of this retreat. Start opening up. Start opening up your iPhone and film. Like, ooh, look at our fancy breakfast bar. Like, ooh, look at my retreat sisters. Look how cute I am. Ooh. Like, you have to start practicing here. If you don't do it here, you won't do it. Show up. Show your face. You don't have to say a
That's where I
word.
struggle. That's where I struggle.
Brittany showed her feet the other day. And I'm like, that was easy. She stood on the Be Our Guest thing. Boop, I'm here.
That's cute.
I love it.
Feel everything that she does.
The other day, the out of office, she had a picture of her bed and it said out of
yeah.
office or whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all,
Yeah, I think steal everybody's ideas. Like,
still,
there's no new ideas, really.
Did y'all see that? I literally set my phone and put it on time lapse. I did my whole makeup thing. Getting ready for the retreat. Boom, done. I didn't have to talk. And like no one saw because it was so fast. You know, like little things like that. And y'all are creatives. This is where you have to keep your brain in the creative mindset. If you're got 6 baskets of laundry on your couch, how can I creatively show this? How can I show up with this? I literally, you could, tap to fold. You know, or do like me, the slow-mo like dive. That's really fun. It's really funny too. You making coffee in the morning, like show your life. You walking your kids inside of church. You doing a time lapse of dressing all your kids before school. Like, you know, like just get creative. And you probably have content already in your iPhone. Videos of this week that they're just sitting there, not serving you. Put it online, put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, and let it bring you in money. That's ultimately the whole purpose behind everything that you just saw. Getting clients to know you, like you, trust you, attracted to you.
Let's go get these
Contact you, get the money. Okay? We can't serve people if we can't get them in inside of our door, right? That's ultimately why we're doing photography, is to love and serve people. Make a difference. Change lives, right? So we're doing this. You can't do that if you don't do everything else to get them inside the door. Does this make sense?
Yes.
How do we feel about branding?
Good.
Better. Much better. I like how you break it down.
That's like what I'm good at. Yeah, no, it's a lot, and it's scary, it's confusing. Like, what is that? But hopefully all the nuggets
That's what
helped. Okay, I'm gonna give us a 5